Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome to Medieval Engineers. I recently did a video covering the April Fool's update. They added a fish in here that allowed you to chop down trees really quickly. And I had already been playing this a little bit again, having not played it in a long time. And during that video, I kind of mentioned that I had been playing recently and actually wanted to play this with some other people. I'd be considering a server for anybody who might want to join me, even if it was just a few people. I thought it might be kind of cool to maybe build something together. And I ended up watching somebody else's video and they talked about a server they were on, and I thought, why didn't I think of that? There's other servers out there. I could jump on another server. So that's what I did. I found a server. I'll have the details down in the description below in case you're curious. But I jumped on, I wandered around and thought, yeah, this is pretty cool. I think I even found a cool place I might want to build, which is where I'm heading. It's just up in these trees. So let me get you up there and kind of show you what I got going on. Okay, I've just about made it to my location. This is the direction I had come from, and I've come to this ridge here. If I could look over this edge, we got this valley that goes down into some woods back there. If I were to go around these trees and down to the left, it would go over to this mountain that's back there, and then there's this ridge that kind of splits right down the middle of those. I'm going to grab some of these berries here really quick. So I'm going to run along this ridge. Basically, it slopes down to the right towards the mountain, down to the left towards the valley, and at the end of this ridge, it just drops down also into the forest on the left. So basically, we will come out to this point, and when I get out here, I've been chopping trees like crazy, so we're going to see a bunch of those downed. Right there, we've got all of these trees chopped down. Now back behind him, I've got a couple pieces of kind of workshop items and stuff like that down. I actually have a research table, a bed, and then some tables here to do some crafting. And of course all these trees chopped down, because this area that I'm looking at here, once I clear the trees out, this is where I think I want to build. So let me talk about that really quick. Videos, because I'm going to get asked about that. You know, how many videos are you going to do on this? The quick answer to that is, right now the goal is probably 2 to 3 videos. What I really want to do is just set up a structure here. I want to set up a little home, you know, 4 walls, a roof, a floor, a place to put some of my workbenches inside, and that's it. I just haven't kind of done that with the game right now. So I want to get that built in what I feel is a pretty cool looking area. It's going to have a pretty cool view on all sides, and we'll kind of go from there. I think I broke something back there, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I'm really enjoying this quite a bit and you guys are enjoying watching it, then I may do more. But right now, that's the plan. 2 to 3 videos. Now, there's other things I can do because I'm on this server. I can actually I can kind of quick travel to different places and check out other people's areas. So you can see here's one owned by Drake. If I back out, go over here, you've got all these other places people have set up. And I've been to a few of these. I checked out some of them. But there's a lot I have yet to see. Probably some good inspiration out there, I'm told. Some really cool looking places. So anyway, that's kind of the idea. Like I said, we'll just do a couple videos and then I will go from there. Okay, that's been a lot of wood chopping, and wood is a resource we've got plenty of. I think, though, I do want to keep some trees. I kind of want to have some trees around me a little bit. I might open some of this up for the view, because check that view out, that'd be pretty cool. But when I need more trees, I'm thinking I might actually go down into those woods and chop some of those down. If I do that, I think what I'll do is I'll chop it as like a road through the woods. I think they may end up regrowing, which would be fine, but then if they didn't, it'd be kind of cool because there would be a little pathway through the woods down there. But my point is that I have a lot of wood. Wood is not a problem. What I need is iron. Now, I actually did wander around a bit, and I believe I found where some is. One of the things you look for in this game now is for this red grass area. Now, I can actually do this thing here where I switch my view here to third person, and I can scroll this way out here. Very far out. Sorry, wigs out. It wants to level back down. But there you go. I am here. I'm going to actually run down the hill. I know it's very hard to see, but I'm running up on the screen, and if I turn just a little bit, straight above me is a patch of this red grassy area. You can probably make that out. Let me just zoom back in here a bit. And I should be on it. It's very hard to see this here in this lighting, but this is kind of like a greenish red, so I'm not entirely sure what this is. And this is actually more reddish in here. Again, the way the light's changing, it's a bit hard to see. Let me see if I can get in here and get you a better angle. If I go down lower here, you can see the difference a bit. So if I dig into this, I should be able to get some iron below here. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so sure enough, I dug a little bit. You can see I'm trying to get a little pathway down in here, and I got down here a little bit, and We've got some iron. So there's some iron. We definitely need the large stone as well. So that's good. I mostly just wanted to get that started to see if I could indeed find some. I didn't know I'd find it that quickly there. But that's cool. Plus we're going to have a source of stone over there. So I turn around and run back this way. This should be getting us up the ridge if I did the right angle. I think so. We should just be right up at the top of the hill. Now, one of the things I really want to do is put down my marker, which is in the number 9 slot down there. If I select this, you could see this would be the indicator of our land, basically the area I control. If I put this down. So I don't want to put it right where my house would be, which might be something like here, but I do want it nearby. So what I'm going to do is, if this is going to be where I build, and then I've got my workshop stuff here, this stuff's going to move eventually. Well, let me think about that. I was going to put it farther down there, but if I build here, I actually kind of want to build right where my stuff is. I think somewhere right here. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably put this just on the other side, which I may need to clear some trees. This is close enough actually right here. Yeah, we could put this here. So let's do that. Let's put it here. And then we can actually build that up. Now I do have to make a mallet. We've got to hammer that into place. Let's go ahead and craft that. I don't have space for that. All right, we're going to drop a tree, or a drop a log there. Okay, go ahead and make that hammer. Alrighty, there we go. Now we're going to be able to walk up to this. I think I have the materials here if I mouse over this. 20 stone. I think I do have that on me. Yeah, so we should be good. So we're going to go ahead and hammer this. Once this gets set, then we will then own this area, which we will be able to get here. We can kind of fast travel here, which will be really cool. There we go. And this is contested area now for 10 minutes, which is fine. I think I could change this emblem. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think it's fine. That being the marker, we've got the bed down. It's got the same flag on it. And then if I line this up, which I might do, I may actually do something like that. Try to line this up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but something like this. This could be like the center piece, something like that. I think that could be cool. It's kind of clipping in the ground. I want it to be a little higher because there is higher ground by me. There's our green circle. This is the area with which we have to work in. So I do have to be careful of that as well. You know what? I'm going to end up building this really close to right where all my workshop stuff is. I think I'm going to need to move it. Okay, so inventory has become a bit of an issue, so what I need to do is I need to make some storage, and you can make chests, storage boxes, or whatever they're called, I can't quite remember, but we can actually make, in the 7 and 8 hotkeys there, you can see 7 is actually a storage container for timber, and 8 is one for logs. That's going to be very important because I'm really full of, I've got a lot of those. So what I'm going to do is I want to put those down. I don't want them to be in the way, though. This is going to be where I build the structure. I've already got to figure out how to move these guys out of the way. So I think what I might do is maybe put these down the hill, maybe on this back side, something down here maybe. I think might be good. So let's see. I'm realizing now that I used to think that this was centered. This would be the center of your area, but it's actually not. It's actually just saying, hey, you placed me in this region, and so this is the region you now own. So I've actually not given myself much space here. Of course, if I built it on the other side, I could only build it here. So anyway, this works. It just might be that, it may make more sense for me to build slightly more down the hill over there. But as far as the storage stuff goes, I think we can just kind of put this over here somewhere. I think it'd be fine. It's going to look a little weird because it's going to clip into the hill a little bit, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and turn this like so. We're going to do that one there. And then the one for logs, we'll put next to it somewhere in here. I think that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and hammer these out, and then I will actually be able to drop my timber and my logs and have much more inventory space. Okay, I placed the very first foundation there. I'm actually going to select another one because it builds them with sticks first, and then you kind of hammer them out. You finish them off. So we're going to do one there, one there. So that's one row of 3. You can see we're very close to the edge of our border. So I could do a 3 by 3. I'm kind of thinking that might be how we kind of get rolling on this guy. Now, I think I have to go pick up some more sticks, but I think this could be an okay setup here. So I just came back from a bit of a food run. Actually scooped up a number of things, and yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going. Now, the sun is starting to come up. I actually spent through the night chopping the trees out of here, putting down platforms. So this is kind of coming together. Now, this area right here, I was thinking would be the house. A bit of it looks a little broken up, but I think I had some trees fall on it, but it should be okay. Basically, I'm thinking about maybe steps up to a doorway in here, and then this would be the house part. And then I'd have a balcony on this, maybe both sides here. Maybe it'd be too wide, I'm not entirely sure. Something like that, some kind of back porch area or side porch that's got the cool view out here. Now if I walk over there, here's my token essentially, that's my marker for my area. And then down here I've got 2 more platforms, or a 2x2, so I guess 4. And I started to build out here and then tore it down. This will probably break apart in a little bit. But maybe I'll do that again and put this back here. I just wanted to make sure I could squeeze through this part. And this lower platform area would be like a work area. I would put the workbench and some other things as well. And then I think what I would do is I would take the timber and the logs, which you could see I've actually stored quite a bit of, and probably move those to this area right in here. Probably just set them all next to each other. They wouldn't have to go on their own platform, I don't think. So maybe even like up here somewhere, and just kind of put a few of them next to each other. So I've got storage next to work area next to home. Well, you can see I've got the platform filled out here for the workshop area. So this will be a place where I kind of line up again those tools and stuff, the workbench and things like that, research table. I may have to add some more floors here, looking at how much I need to put there plus stuff in the future, but that's easy enough to add floors out there. So I went ahead and finished all that up, threw some stairs in even, so that's cool. Got stairs here as well, so I think we're just about ready to get going. Now the next thing I want to do is put up walls, and I was going to do wood walls, but I thought, you know what, let's do stone, because we can go get stone, and these walls actually don't take that much. If I hit 3, you can see one of these walls here takes 3 stone, not too big a deal. So what I do have to do is decide whether I want these 2 columns, I guess, to be balcony or just the one out there. I don't know, maybe I'd just do the one out there. I think that might be good enough. Let's rotate this around so we can go ahead and put this down. I'm a little hesitant because I don't remember exactly how this works. I tried to put floor in and it wouldn't snap to these squares, so I then seem to recall I think you have to do a wall first, and then of course when you got a wall here you can't do another one like next to it. But I think you can only once a floor is in. I could be wrong there, but anyway, I think you have to do a wall of floor and then you can do another wall or so. But we will see. I've got this one here. We can obviously start working on this from like the stick standpoint, or maybe not. Maybe I guess I have to have some stone on me, but that's fine. I wasn't going to be able to finish that anyway. Let's actually bring this up. I want to see if this lets me do this here. 6, we got the floor. Okay, so now it is snapping up here. Excellent. Normally it wouldn't snap to the, as you can see, it won't do it out here. It wants to go to the ground, but this one with the wall has got it. We can align the planks however we want. I'm going to keep them consistent, so I think I'm going to go the length though, so they will kind of run the length of the house, so that'll be cool. And then just for fun, let's try this. Can we get another? There you go. Now we can get the other wall in there. Perfect. And that would be a window, right? I don't want to do a plain wall there. So we'll have 2 windows there. I could probably go around and figure the rest of these out too. I might do windows all along this side. I'm not entirely sure. So let me line all that up real quick. Okay, I did have just enough stone to do 1 wall. So I thought I would start with the door, of course. So there's the doorway. It'll be interesting. So we can kind of walk into it here. I've got a couple windows here. This is going to be a solid wall, but 2 windows here with 1 on the side. A solid wall. And then a couple more windows to here. We'll do a doorway to go out on the balcony there. 2 windows, 3 windows, a third there. Wall, window, window. So there you go. That'll give you an idea of kind of what I'm thinking. And I might do a second floor. If I do a second floor, it'd be wood above that. I think that would kind of be cool. A lot more work involved, obviously. But anyway, it's not a huge place, so shouldn't be too bad. So the next thing I need to do really is go get some stone, because then I can get these walls wrapped up. We've got plenty of wood. Lots of wood here. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and run down to our mine, which is kind of down there, and gather as much stone as I can. Of course, I should probably drop off a lot of this stuff I'm currently carrying. Check that out. It's looking pretty good, huh? Definitely looks good. I'm noticing that I got a message up in the top right. One area that you own are going to expire in less than 1 hour. See the map. Let's actually go check that really quick. Like, just how close are we on time? 43 minutes. I think the stone actually pays quite a bit. Whoops, wrong thing. Stone, pay. Is it hour 40? 5 stone, sure. That's one less wall we're going to get to do. But that's quite a bit of time. And I'm going to have to make sure I put a bunch on there. This is a persistent server, so that timer is going to go down whether I'm here or not. So I'm going to have to pay some stuff, pay some resources into that. But check this out. It's pretty sweet. Now, I ran into a little bit of an issue. It's pretty interesting. I've got a wall here, and then I've got a wall over there. You can see I've done a little bit of the floors. And I couldn't put a floor in here, and I thought, okay, that's probably because there's no walls. But I'm realizing there's a corner piece here. But down in my hotbar, you can see in the number 7 slot, we've got a pillar. And it looked like I could snap this in here, so I need to do that. Looks like we can go there with that. Cool. And then we can hammer this guy in, right? 1 stone and 1 wood stick. Not too bad. So we'll get this wrapped up. I'm actually curious. I wonder if that has to even be done. Does that have to be completed? It does not. I can actually put the plan for the floor in before that's done. So that's cool. Which means I could probably put all the flooring in before any of the walls are done. I just need to have the plans there, I guess. But I really like the way this is coming out. Now, I don't know anything about doors. Are doors a thing we can do? It might be something we have to learn. This is like a gate. It's a bit different. This is the a wall with a door. You know what? You know what I'm wondering? These have options on them. Let me bring that up. 4. If I put that here... let me move this farther away so I can kind of see. If I put that there and I rotate it around, you can scroll bar, wall with entrance, wall with door, wall with entrance, wall with door. So I guess I probably could have had a door if I was willing to also get the metal parts. But that's going to be a little while. I suppose by the time I get the metal parts and everything, I've got iron, I'm smelting that down, I've got metal parts. I mean, maybe I would just knock this wall down and replace it with one of these that can have a door, because I don't think that you can just make a door. But anyway, that's stuff I'm gonna have to look into. This is all pretty new to me, so I'm really not sure. Okay, I had a floor question. You can see that I've got some answers here. A couple different things we could do. Now, I couldn't get the floor to go in there, and you can see the 2 answers there. Basically, you can see it won't snap. It clips through the ground. These ones here, as long as a wall was connected, they were fine, but anything in the middle didn't work. So basically, there were 2 ways. Got 2 different answers. One was that you can actually mouse over the edge of another floor. There you go, and I'm getting it right there, so I could place it that way. Or you can hold shift and point into it, and it basically snaps up instead of trying to clip down into the ground. Either way, so that's cool. I want to thank those guys for those quick answers for me. So we're just about done. Get these last couple floors in. You can see this is looking really cool. Obviously got to do the balcony and everything, and I don't know what we can do in I guess with regards to rails or anything. I don't think there are rails, but I'll look more into that in a bit. Check it out. I'm all set. We got the walls, the floors in, and look at this. There's even railings. Now, I'm not all excited about the railings, to be honest. They're really high. Look at that. If I wanted the view here, this is kind of the last thing I need is these rails so high. I want them like half as high. It's not eye level, but it's pretty close. But that really is the only option that we've got. If I bring this up, you can see we got railing, slope railing. Not much else. I did skim this pretty quickly. Ooh, fireplace. I think I am going to want to make a fireplace though. But that's it. I mean, if we go through some of the other things, you know, this shows us everything. So yeah, we don't really have any other option for the railing. So a little disappointed there, but we got the flooring in, got the walls in, obviously have the balcony and railing in, so we're definitely well on our way. Still a lot of work to do if we're going to do a second floor and roof and everything, which I do think I want to do, but I'm pretty happy with how it's come along so far. I think the next thing I need to do is probably cut down some more trees, because I went through all my lumber, and while I can make some more, I've used quite a bit. but I have plenty of logs there, I guess. Each one of those logs is like 4 lumber. So anyway, I think maybe we're okay. Maybe I don't need to clear any more woods out. But I do need to break some of this other stuff down. I need to move it. I need to move the workshop stuff up onto the workshop platform. And as I mentioned, I may need to expand this. I'll see once I start moving things around. But anyway, I think this was a really good start, and I think I will leave it at that. Like I said at the beginning of this, I could see this being 2, maybe 3 episodes or so. So definitely let me know in the comments what you think if you'd like to see more. I'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, I'll probably end up keeping this pretty short. But as always, I do want to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.